TORONTO @gmail.com. No. Well, I do, but I'm not using it. Oh my God, no. I just gave it to you. Why would it be invalid? No. You guys have just been, your senior advisor has just emailed me recently. It's S as in Sam, ITA dot TORONTO @gmail.com. How can that be incorrect? That's the one I'm looking at right now. No, I just told you I don't use it. It's an old one. I don't use it. No, okay, hold on. Read to me the email address that you have, and I'll tell you if it's correct. That's the one, yeah, that's valid. I'm looking at it right now. It's open on my desktop. All right, so I am playing tag, it seems like, with my senior advisor. So I can't seem to get a hold of him, and he can't seem to get a hold of me. So I'd like to speak to senior advisor, please. I have a case number 101 484 092 736. Do you not have it?
And I'm just about to confirm. Say it one more time.
101 484 092 736.
Okay. Okay, and you found like bugs after you did any erase?
What?
You found like stuff on your Mac, like after you did any erase?
No, after the first day that I unboxed it, it says bug 115151, and it also says, and which I've sent to the senior advisor, it says this device has no internal battery.
Okay. Okay, so give me one moment. I'm gonna get you over to another senior advisor. Okay.
And tell him I want to screen share with him.
Okay. Hey, Sita, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, so I have my senior advisor Oliver on the line. He's going to take over the call, okay?
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you again for consulting again. Hello, Sita.
Hey, speaking.
Hey, Sita. Hi, my name's Oliver. I'm the senior
Right.
from Eon, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it looks like you were just calling back regarding an ongoing case that you've had with your Mac computer, MacBook Air.
Mm-hmm.
Going through the notes here from the previous case, looks like you were already speaking with another senior advisor.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like you're still experiencing some, was it security issues with the computer, Sita?
Well, I have no control of the device. Absolutely none. It does the exact opposite of what I want it to do. Yeah, I turn it off, and it turns itself back on. You name it. Let's screen share, and I'll show you. Don't take my word for it.
Okay. All right. So before I screen share, I'm still going over the case notes here.
Sure.
Is your computer on right now?
It is.
Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and send you a screen share invitation. Let me send that to you here. Could you go ahead and confirm your Apple ID? What is the Apple ID that you're currently signed in here on the back?
Yeah, sure. It's 0 lukedalabana@gmail.com.
Okay, thank you. All right, so you should receive the invitations on your Mac shortly. Once you receive the invitation, go ahead and accept the invitation and agree to the terms and conditions.
Hold on. Are you there? Tell me when you're
It looks like it's preparing to connect.
Okay.
All right, so I'm currently looking at your computer screen. You'll
Can
see
you
me
see
around
me?
with a red arrow.
Can you see me? Oh, there. Okay, I'm just looking for something for you. Hold on a second. Okay. So my computer has an external disk 4. A disk 4 there. It says it's external and it's removable. I never placed it there. And it's software activated. See that?
And we're looking at your disk info in is that some logs that the previous advisors had you collected?
Amazing.
And I wouldn't be able to be honest with you, I wouldn't be able to explain or to go over those logs or diagnostics with you.
No worries.
I do not have that knowledge.
Listen.
They're probably better suited to have our engineer team look at it.
Okay, so let me go through my spiel. Okay? So this is something very important because I found this when I have no control. There's zero security on this Mac. Okay? So that is important. It does have an external disk 4. Should a Mac have a disk 4? How many disks?
It might be it might be the name of your hard drive, or that might be the name of your drive again.
No, I don't think so. It says here developer disk 4 because I've seen it repeated a few times. Anyways, let me start from the beginning. I sent some images to Apple. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. I sent some stuff to Apple. And I realized when the stuff I sent to Apple, I record everything on my screen. Hold on a second, I want to see something. Okay. Usually something called other shows up here every time I chat with Apple, but it didn't show up today. So I'm going to minimize that. So I sent some stuff to Apple engineering. Can you tell me what engineering said?
Sure, yeah. For that, again, I'll have to put you on hold because there's plenty of notes. I'll have to go over your case notes. There's
Okay.
plenty of them. Looks like you've been talking to Apple for a few months now.
Okay.
But again, I want to see what we're going through. I mean, what's the latest on your case here.
Okay.
If you
So
don't mind, Sheila, let me gonna just put you on a brief hold and let
no,
me
no,
take
no,
a look
don't do
at
that. Don't do that yet.
what
Don't
we're-
do that yet. Don't do that yet. I was
Okay.
told that when I send when I send screenshots to Apple and they do capture data, they will look at the capture data and they look at the screenshots as well. Is that true?
So with the screenshots again that you're providing us again, if there's when you take a screenshot, there's a timestamps of what happens with your computer.
For example, look,
Um,
I'm going to click on this number 29 here. I have no visible network, but my computer says I have 109 active connections. Sometimes it's nearly 200 active connections when I turn off Wi-Fi. Okay? And I do not
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm not sure what those active connections mean. I'm not sure if it's related to Wi-Fi. To be honest with you, it could be connections to any services on a computer. It may not have anything to do with Wi-Fi. To be honest.
No, I believe you that it could be anything. I am reading what it says in plain English. Plain English says 109 active. We know what active means and we know what connections mean, right? Let me show you just maybe 2 or 3 screenshots and then you can take it from there, okay? So I set it up on February the 12th. See that? 2022? Good. See, there's Canada. I set it up. That's my setup screen. Remember that date, February the 12th. On February, this very same day, I did not join a network and it says your screen is being observed. Okay? Not only that, I've documented all of it. I think, let's see here. And then it tells me right here, and there's February the 12th, this date here, February the 12th, it says device does not have an internal battery. See that?
I do. But like I said, I don't know what those all means. All right, it might just be interpretation or logs files or diagnostics files. And I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what it means. Again, we're looking deeper into the system of the computer. It's not just a simple issue for me to tell you, based on what you're looking at, again, there might be an issue, there may not be an issue, and I wouldn't be able to tell you, to be honest. I'll look over the notes from our engineering team and see what they're requesting at this time. Okay.
Let me know.
Has your computer been seen already by an Apple store? Has the computer been sent over to Apple?
Not yet.
Service?
Not yet.
Okay.
No, because it's brand new. It's less than a month since it's been opened. I did not migrate anything. Whatever has been migrated
is this your first computer with Apple, or have you had other devices with Apple before?
I've had other devices with Apple.
Okay.
So I will
hold.
So
let me gonna just.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me gonna just put you on a brief hold, and you're gonna take a look at the case notes here from our engineering team. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Thanks, Paulie.
Hello?
All right. Thank you for holding, ma'am. Are you still here?
I'm still here.
All right. Thank you again for holding. All right. So it looks like from the last installations, our engineering team were they had a few questions to ask. So I'll have to ask you these questions. Yeah, the only thing that I'll be collecting from you again is just the answers to these questions. Okay.
Okay, hold on. I hear you that you just want to collect the answer to the questions, but I want to send some screenshots to Apple, to engineering.
You can collect some screenshots. Like I said, I'll go over the screenshots again, and they'll determine if there's really an issue with your computer. And I'm only the messenger, all right? I'm just relaying the issue. I'm looking at your screen. Whatever you're showing me again, I'm not sure if it means anything or it means something. All right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see here.
So you're not screen sharing. You're not screen sharing right now, are you?
I'm screen sharing right now with you.
Oh, you are, okay.
But again, whatever you're showing me right now, I have no way to find out if it's if your computer is really compromised or not. All right. All right. So the first question that they had, again, our engineering team had was, again, can you provide us with some specific steps that can reproduce the issue?
I guess so, yes.
All right. What steps, again, can you provide us?
All right. So the answer would be yes and no. Yes, I can. For the logs, I can. But the only problem is the logs are completely wiped and they're missing messages. So yes, I recorded everything, as you can see here. Recordings, lots of recordings, lots of screenshots. Can I reproduce?
So again, as far as the bugs or as far as any security concern that you have, is it only through logs that you're looking at? You just look at logs and then you realize that those logs are telling you that there is some security issues with the computer?
No, I started looking at it because the computer does the exact opposite of what I wanted to do.
So is that what happens then? Are those the specific steps to reproduce or that indicate some kind of security issue with the computer?
Well, okay, I'll show you security issue that always happens. Right here, your screen is being observed. That can be reproduced. That's one. And the other one is, and this is I took it today. Wi-Fi is off, but data is constantly moving, thousands of packets, and they're going to MDNS responder. And I searched what that is, and that's networking computers.
Again, like I say, you're speaking technical jargon that I'm not familiar with. I'm not sure if you're even familiar with what you're talking about.
Sure I am.
That doesn't mean that your computer security has been compromised. I mean, you're just looking at logs, you're just looking at diagnostics, or you're just looking at what's running on your computer.
This is Activity Monitor.
Doesn't mean that.
This is Activity Monitor.
And Activity Monitor is not going to tell you your computer is compromised or there's something going on.
Okay, so
those are just services. Those are just process that's running on the computer. It could be anything ranging from something inside the computer that's running, but doesn't mean that your computer has been compromised.
Okay, so you are correct. You are correct. So let me say this. If I'm saying something and you don't know what I'm saying is correct, then you pushing back does not make any sense. Because, let me tell you, I went to the Apple Store, I spoke to the genius at the Apple Store. He told me that when I turn this off here, data should never be moving. Okay? And on my computer, it's moving constantly. So I'm only saying...
what was proven for the data to be moving constantly on your computer?
What do you mean?
Was it just looking at logs and just looking at your Activity Monitor that you figured that out?
Okay. Just Activity Monitor, exactly what you're seeing here. And as I'm speaking to you and what I've heard from you, you don't know, right? But I'm telling you, the genius at the Apple Store said, when I turn this off, because I keep telling him data is constantly moving, tons of data is always moving. And he said, once I turn it off, data should not be moving. And he's only speaking about Activity Monitor. And this is a perfect example. Thousands of packet, 1,399, it says there. And here, it only says 6 and 6. It's not congruent, one, and it should never move. According to your own colleague, it should never be moving in and out of the computer when Wi-Fi is turned off.
Again, our engineering team cannot investigate that again. They can only investigate something that can be seen on naked eye again. If it's just you've noticed some stuff running on the activity monitor that shows packets moving, that doesn't mean anything. Like I say, your computer is not, it doesn't pose, it doesn't have some kind of security risk here.
How do you know?
Again, if you're just looking at diagnostics and logs, and that's all you're saying, then it's like looking at computer codes and diagnostics and saying a word that pops up and that may scare you, but it may just be something else again.
All right.
I'll take that.
Wait, stop. I don't understand you. You're telling me you don't know anything about logs and diagnostic. You don't know anything about it, but then at the same time you're telling me, well, I cannot look at that and say that I have a problem.
Again, all I'm saying is that what you're seeing right now, the packets in and out, it doesn't guarantee that it doesn't mean that it's an issue, a security issue.
How do you know?
All I know is that, you're looking at Activity Monitor. Activity Monitor it's an application that Apple built in the system, and it's going to be it's going to be referring to a ton of things on the computer that's running. But what you're saying is that your computer is sending packets in and out of the computer, which I don't think Activity Monitor actually shows that will be the case here. The Activity Monitor is not built to show you that packets are being sent in and out. But in any case, I'll go ahead and take that down, and if that's what you believe, and let's have our engineering team look at it, and let's see what they have to say.
Look, MDNS responder. MDNS responder, it means it's how Apple devices find each other on a network. It's networked computers, computer to computer. That's what MDNS responder means, computer to computer communication.
All right, and when you take in the computer to the Apple Store, did they erase the computer and reinstall the operating system, but you're still having the same issue over time?
Not on this computer. Like I said, everything I'm telling you, I've researched. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm not telling you just because I feel like having a conversation with you.
I'll be honest with you. If my computer was giving me security issues, I wouldn't want to use that computer.
Thank you for that.
If you believe that your computer is at risk again, that would be my first thought again would be to stop using your computer.
And use what?
Like I said, we use a different one, purchase a second one, have this one replaced. Was this computer already replaced?
That's right. It's the exact same problem.
Okay.
Hold on.
No,
Hold on. It's the exact same problem right here. Your screen is being observed.
Yeah, I don't think it's an issue with the computer. Like I said, I feel like you're just looking at logs, diagnostics, Activity Monitor, and you're just thinking that something is wrong with your computer when there isn't.
You're kidding me. This is not a log, my friend. This is not a log.
Because, you've been talking to Apple for months, and from the notes that I see here from our engineering team, it looks like there's no evidence of your computer being compromised, especially if your computer has been already replaced.
Okay, but, what would tell you, hold on. So I'm showing you this, and you're saying that's not a problem, right?
I don't think it's a problem.
What is it then?
Again, like I say, you're just looking at Activity Monitor. We need concrete proof that your computer is being accessed.
That's fine.
From another device or from somewhere else.
Okay, from another
device. You're telling me your computer you're telling me your computer is doing the opposite of what you're doing. I haven't seen, like I say, your computer acting on its own, doing anything on its own.
Okay. What do you what do you need to see that would tell you
We
there's
need
a
to, again, you need to show us some clear evidence that your computer has been compromised.
what does that look like?
Like I said, you'll see your mouse doing everything on its own. You'll see Windows popping up. You'll be asked to pay some kind of money. Your computer will get locked out, and you'll be asked to, pay or call this number for your computer to work again.
You're talking about something like ransomware?
Yes.
Well, so nobody is asking.
The only thing we can advise you to do is to erase your hard drive, reinstall the operating system. We replace the computer for you. If you're still having the same issue, again, it's kind of out of control from us to figure out what's going on when we don't have any evidence that there's something really going on with your computer.
What do you mean I don't have evidence? I'm going to close this one here. You're telling me I don't have any evidence. Okay. You're speaking based on you're properly informed, and that's why you're saying that. Is that correct or not?
I just feel like you're just looking too deep into your computer.
All right, that's fine. Okay.
Okay.
I'm looking too deep into my computer. So I'm asking you based on what I'm showing you, because MD, I'm telling you what your own people have said. They should never happen. Your own people have said that. The genius at the Apple Store already told me they should never happen. So,
like I said, I'm not sure what they told you, but they should have addressed that issue to you. What did they say when you go to the store?
They said they should not happen.
Okay.
Then
it was. Did they address the issue?
Listen, the go-to approach is wipe the computer. My response to you is, why is it happening in the first place? If it should not happen, okay, your people at the Genius Store said it should not happen. You are telling me that's okay if it happens, correct?
Again, I'm telling you, whatever you're seeing on your computer, you're looking too deep into activity monitor, looking at logs, when there's no clear evidence that your computer has been compromised.
Okay.
The Apple Store can tell you one thing, and like I say, I'm not sure what they recommended you. They may just have that to you just for your peace of mind. But I wouldn't be able to interpret or tell you what exactly that means. That could be something wrong with your computer, but again, we have to have concrete proof here that shows that your computer has been compromised. And just showing an image of activity monitor, logs, diagnostics again is not concrete proof again.
So logs is not concrete proof. Activity monitor is not concrete proof. Okay. And so when it says right here that this device has no internal battery, right there, that's not concrete proof.
It could just be an issue with the computer itself. Doesn't mean that your computer has been compromised.
If it's an issue with the computer, then then I have a computer that I should not have, right? If it's an issue with the computer.
Again, the computer will have to be troubleshooted. Like hard drive will have to be erased. Might have to be brought in for service.
All right, so
it doesn't mean that your computer has been compromised.
Okay, maybe it doesn't mean that it's compromised, but at least we have a problem. Would you agree?
Yes.
Thank you. At least we're agreed on something. Okay, so we have a problem. Let's leave it at that. Maybe it's not compromised, but we have a problem. Okay. So why should I have a problem computer when I just unboxed it on February the 12th?
Let's take a look again. Can you go and show me where it says that there's no battery installed?
Right there. And it's the log from the 12th. Okay, so let me see. You want to show me how I can pull that log up? Why don't you tell me how to pull it up?
Then go ahead and show me where you saw it. I wouldn't be able to tell you. You're telling me that your battery wasn't installed.
That's what it says here on the log of that date.
And well, you saw it on your end. I'm not sure where you saw it. Go ahead and show me where you saw it, seeing that the battery was not installed.
it's showed it in the logs. I'm not gonna do the whole thing. It's look how many logs I have to go through, and not only that, sometimes the logs keep disappearing. For example, hold on, let me see.
And the only thing I can have you go to is just your system preferences and show what the power of the battery status it looks like. But again, as far as not sure what logs you're referring to.
Well, look, either you think it came from the computer. It's two choices. One, it came from the computer, or two, I made it up. I type all this up by myself. Right? It could be either one or the other. So which one do you want to believe? That I made it up or that it came from the computer?
All right. I'll tell you something. Again, like I said, I feel like you're just looking too deep into this.
Mm-hmm.
If you had your computer replaced, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing for us to investigate here. It doesn't show us that your computer has been compromised. There's no ransomware. You had this issue on the previous computer that was replaced.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like you're looking too deep into this.
There's bug 115. Why should I not look at my computer? It's my computer. I should look at my computer. It's stupid for a man to tell a woman, don't look too deep into your computer. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Okay. So what do you expect us to do when our engineering team wants more evidence? And if you don't show us evidence, we're just going to call you back and say there's nothing wrong with your computer.
All right, I tell you what. So I know, and you know, I should not have a bug. Any bug. On a brand new computer. On my computer, I do. That's day one. Day one of when I unboxed it, I have a bug. 115. Okay, I document all of it. And then I had 151, 226, 313. Okay, so I tell you what, you're not interested in the evidence, and that is fine. You walk me through exactly what it is you want from me, because I am willing to give you guys evidence. I've got tons of it. Tell me what you want today.
I mean, like I say, I look at the notes here from engineering teams. We see all the screenshots you provided us. There's 115 screenshots.
100 how much?
And our engineers, 115 screenshots that were provided here on this case. Yeah, there may have been more.
Okay.
But like I said, all engineers are still looking for, from the screenshots you provided us again,
Mm-hmm.
there's no evidence that your computer was compromised in any way.
And that's what they said.
I mean, like I said, there might be bugs with the software, but again, that doesn't mean that your computer is compromised.
Okay, hold on.
I mean, not everything runs correctly. I mean, you could see your computer being slow, your computer crashing, your computer. It's technology. Things can happen with your computer. Doesn't mean that your computer has been compromised.
Listen, I hear what you're saying. Here's my question to you. Specifically, what did engineering say?
Again, that will need to have those questions answered because they couldn't find. Like I said, you have to show us concrete proof that your computer has been compromised.
I'm going to write this down so I remember. I don't want to misunderstand. So, reminder. I don't need today notes. Engineering. Damn it. Engineering said what? I'm going to write it down.
Again, our engineering team wants you to show us with clear evidence that your computer has been compromised.
Okay, and how do I do that?
Again, you can take a screen recording, screenshots like you did.
Yep.
And like I said, the way that we're looking at it, with your computer being compromised, it has to show us that there's really something going on with your computer, like a real issue. Not just looking at logs, not just looking at diagnostics, not just looking at activity monitor, and trying to make sense of what's running or what's all this jargon with technology that you're seeing on the screen.
Not just jargon with technology.
Because you've had this ongoing for months, and I don't feel like it's going to go anywhere until you realize that you're looking into this too deep, possibly.
No. Listen, I'm listening to you. Okay, so they say they want clear evidence. Does that mean they do not have clear evidence, right?
Correct.
Okay, they want clear evidence. They do not have, but they do have 115. They 115 screenshots, right? Right?
I mean, that's what I see here, that there's 115.
Okay.
Well, it's not just screenshot. It's pretty much 115 files that you've attached to your case.
Okay. All right. So they want. So I'm guessing they don't want any more screenshots because they have enough, right? Or they still want.
Yes. I mean, unless you have more that you can provide us, you can always use the link that you had provided us before.
Yes, and we'll go through that in a minute. So they need to show real issue, not just jargon with technology. So real issue means what?
For example, you're just on your computer, using your computer, and you notice your computer doing something other than that you're supposed to. Like, for example, you're seeing someone talking to you, you're getting a pop-up notifications, your computer has been hijacked. I mean, like I said, it's not just looking at activity monitor, looking at your system logs files.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's not evidence that your computer has been compromised. And I'm just giving you an example.
No, I get you. All right. So they want something like ransomware, somebody talking to me, hijack. How would I know it's a hijack computer? What would tell me?
And your computer will turn on and it might say, call this number if you need to unlock your computer, or your system is, not responding, or your hard drive is failing.
Mm-hmm.
Please call this number. That sort of message or notification.
All right. So I don't have anything like that. What I have is some of the screenshots that I showed you. And I have that external, hold on a minute. So let me minimize that for a minute. And so these logs that I have here, you're telling me that's not important.
Again, that's just the logs that you provide us,
yeah.
Or the screenshots you have. Again, that's not evidence that you're experiencing any security issue.
So the logs are irrelevant. Actually, I thought logs would be the most important thing.
But logs would tell us again more about the security issues that you have been experiencing.
Yeah, there are things on my computer that says, these things do not exist. Lots of things do not exist. Nothing.
Well, you're looking at logs line.
Yeah.
About processes of your computer.
Mm-hmm.
They do not mean that your computer has been compromised.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at system logs.
Mm-hmm.
It's like as if I was looking into, for example, right? I'm just giving you an example. It's as if I was able to look into your body and telling you that your blood is traveling down your body at this rate.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at it as if there's an issue with your blood, but I'm telling you, it's just information that your computer is just giving you.
Mm-hmm.
And
well,
there's no evidence that there's really something wrong with your computer here.
Okay.
All right.
I get you, because.
But again, if you do have evidence, like say, take a screenshot, take a screen recording, reach out to us. We'll look at them and then we'll proceed from there.
All right. Did you not want to ask me the questions? Because look here, here's one of the things that I wanted to show you. It says local computers log. That's the IP address, and that's not my IP address. But that doesn't mean anything to you, right?
Yeah, that's not a security issue.
Even though the computer is saying that's the address it's using, and I'm telling you that's not my IP, you're telling me that's not a security issue.
It's not.
Okay, hold on. So it has local groups. Yeah, there's the IP address. You're telling me that's not a security thing, right?
It's not now.
Alrighty. Okay, so of all the things they've seen, they haven't found any problem, right?
Again, before we investigate this issue, you have to provide us, like I said, you have to provide us with clear evidence that your computer has been compromised or there's some security issues.
Mm-hmm. And no, so the specific question is, none of the screenshots that are provided provided that clear evidence that you're talking about.
All I know is that our engineering team are not going to look at logs you provided us.
That's okay.
And
Yeah.
dig into those logs and see if there's an issue with it. Again, they'll look at it until you provide us with evidence that your computer has been compromised.
Okay. I'll close that one there. So do me a favor. I just want to document that I'm sending these things to you. There's no battery. Would you be offended if I ask you to upload a few more screenshots? Just those 5?
I'll send you a link again.
Yes,
the
please.
link to the previous case that you had,
Yes.
and that's where you can attach files or anything to your case.
Okay, so this is my email address right there. Can you send it to me now so we can do it together?
Is the Gmail account,
Yeah.
again, is that the good email address?
Yeah, send it to me here and I can, and I'll do it now. Thank you.
I'm sending it to you right now.
Beautiful. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Let me know when it's done.
It's just sent out to you.
It's number 2. It's in here. Group membership. Hey, what's your name? I didn't even get your name.
Oliver.
Oliver, thank you. Oliver, how long have you been with Apple?
I've been here with Apple for 12 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
It
Huh.
is.
Haha, it won't take my password. Oh, wait. There, that's my password for the computer. All right. So, did you still want to go ahead and ask me those questions?
Let me take a look here. The next question is, has your personal information been compromised?
Yes.
What information was compromised?
Because people are sending me email and they're telling me they're sending me email and I don't get it, and what they send me I never get, and what I send people never get. That has been ongoing, and that has been a big issue.
That's an issue with your email. I'm talking about if your personal information, as far as like your identity being stolen, your credit card information being stolen. If somebody opened up a credit card on your behalf,
Nope.
and just
No,
No?
because I do not use that personal information. I've learned not to provide that information on my computer. So let me do this drag and drop here. 1, number 2. So it's number 1. This is number 2. This is number 3. It's number 4. And last one. Number 5. That's all. 2. Hold on a second. Right, number 2. So 5. Send. So where does it should show me another page that says sent. There we go. So they're scrambled, but that's fine. All right. So go ahead with your questions now. So these are done. I have nothing else to send to them.
All right. So again, no other personal information that has been compromised. You mentioned your email. So was your email, like, were you locked out from your email account, and was someone else sending emails on your behalf or hijack your email account?
Well, let's try my email. Let me sign out of this one here. Sign out. And a clear history. So, mail. So I had signed into my email previously, but I don't walk me through how I'll get all my emails. I don't understand. It stopped on the 19th of February.
Let me go ahead and send you another screen sharing session. Looks like the screen share ended.
Okay. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Good. So here's my mail, but it stopped on the 19th of February. And then
Go ahead and click on the lightning bolt here.
Yeah.
Looks like there's an issue with your account. Go ahead and click on Take All Accounts Online. It looks like you may have to just re-enter your Gmail account password. Just go ahead and click on Open Browser. Alright, go ahead and click on Next. And go ahead and enter your password. I'll go ahead and pause the screen share while you enter your Gmail account password.
Okay, thanks. Now let me know when we're screen sharing again.
Let me go ahead and resume the screen share.
Okay, so there they are. Now the reason I asked you to do that, I could have done it myself. It's easy peasy. Anyways, it's done now. I have all my email. Okay. Oh, I need to resume. I would like to resume. Resume.
Yeah, make sure to click
Yeah,
on
yeah.
resume.
There you go. So I got them now. So this is today's.
Okay. All right, so it looks like you signed back in.
Okay.
So it could be was probably just a password issue. You just had to sign back in with your password. It looks like you're able to send and receive emails.
Hold on a second. What's this one here? Oh, just oh. By the way, do you know why I have two processes, or you wanna bypass that? I was told I should only have one of singular process. I should not have two of the same.
You can. I mean, you can have processes as many times as it can be listed. Like if you look at YouTube here, it's there twice. Then sometimes when you have, for example, Safari pages open, you'll probably see a bunch of Safari
Right.
process names. Like I said, you could have more than just one
But
process name.
that's an internal one. Oh, by the way, we talked about MDNS responder before. Shouldn't this amount here, 647, be congruent here? Should it not show packets in and out here? Because it sent packets, receive packets, right? Should it not show here and here? Well, in and out right there.
I'm not sure about the MDNS responder. Actually, I'm not even familiar with the term and know what it's supposed to do on your computer.
So I'm not talking about the term anymore. I'm talking about send and receive packets, right? So 647 it says here, but here it says set in and out is 0 and 0.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know anything about the MDNS responder. I wouldn't be able to answer that question.
Well, okay, it's not just that one. It's like any other process. I just want to know if this number should be congruent here.
I mean, I'll look at mine and see what mine says, but it doesn't mean that what my computer is doing is the same as your computer. But let me take a look here. But like I said, I don't have the answers to that because I don't know everything about what's going on in Activity Monitor. I don't read lines in Activity Monitor and can transcribe them to you and tells you what they mean or what you're supposed to see. But let me take a look at mine. But again, I wouldn't be able to answer that question.
Are you waiting for me?
No, I'm looking at my
Okay,
computer and are you on? So you're on Activity Monitor. Are you on the? Could you go and minimize the screen time? I just want to see which tabs you have open. All right, so you're on Network.
I'm on network.
I mean, from here, it looks like you are on Network.
Yeah, network, yes. Because it shows me the bottom here. It shows me all the packets in and out. Which is different from what Activity Monitor is showing up here. This here is different from that.
Are you still on MDNS responder? Go ahead and click back on MDNS responder.
It's not showing now.
Can you go ahead and click on CPU? Go ahead and click on process name. Let's go ahead and go to memory. Let's go ahead and go back on network. Okay, mine again, that shows that packets in and out are different than yours. And it's not at zero, but again, they're not the same as what I'm seeing here. But like I said, I wouldn't be able to interpret to you again what's inside Activity Monitor. Again, we don't. AppleCare doesn't troubleshoot Activity Monitor.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Activity Monitor just give you an indication of what processes and what's running on your computer.
Mm-hmm. And Google can tell me exactly what all the processes are. Just like when I looked up MDNS Responder, I've researched it and it tells me it's network computers. And mine should not be networked. Anyways.
I mean, it's up to you. If you want to do your research, you can just don't believe everything you're reading on the internet as well.
Well, thank you for that. But the thing is, I obviously I can't trust everything that I read, but given the substantive amount of research I've done, and after asking geniuses, I think I'm situated in a good place to question what I'm questioning. Anyways, what other questions do you have for me?
Any other information that was compromised, or no other personal information that was compromised?
Well, the thing is, I don't use my computer for any banking or any private things, only because I know that it's compromised. So I do not use it for private stuff.
Okay. Any other information on your computer that was compromised, like documents, files, contents? I'm just giving you an example here again.
Things keep disappearing.
Files being removed.
Yes. Hold on, I documented it. Here it is. This thing here, ACCD, and I document. This volume disappeared from my desktop this morning. It appeared on my desktop, and then I opened it and I document what was inside, and then it just disappeared. Just like many other things that disappeared, and I document everything, right? So when I clicked on it, it told me that it's a volume, okay, and it was
that's the capture data that Apple collects from your computer. It will go away once you send it over to Apple. So that's probably why it was there on your computer, and it was removed once you send it over.
No. Well, I hear what you say, it's captured data. It had tons of information. What it had in it is all that stuff I just showed you. Like it showed you, hold on, this. Like I showed you disk 4, which is captured data.
I'll go ahead and notate that again, that you're referring to ACCD, the captured data that was removed. And the only thing right now, I'm just taking notes from what you believe has been compromised.
Well, okay, since you're taking notes, you can take this note. On the 12th of February, the day that it was unboxed, the notes, the log says, device does not have an internal battery. It says it's loading group. Oh, and it says that I am a managed client. Did I show you that? Would you be interested in seeing that one?
Was that something that you submitted already as an attachment?
Yes, that's why I did not send it again.
Again, from what I'm looking at right now, going over the attachment,
and
like I said, those are just system logs. Okay, they do not mean that your computer has been compromised.
Well, okay. So if we're saying that system logs are not necessary and an activity monitor is not necessary, then we shouldn't look at any of my screenshots, right? Because they're all system logs. They're things like activity monitor, which you are not trained on. They're logs, log messages, which you're not trained on. So I don't know how we're going to make progress if I'm giving you logs and Apple look for logs, but you're telling me that's not what they want.
Again, what we're looking for right now, like I said, we're looking for clear evidence that your computer has been compromised.
Right.
Not just looking at logs, not just looking at activity monitor. We want to see something that really did happen on your computer. And then we've captured the data from the notes that I see here from engineering teams that's why I'm asking you these questions. and they'll have to determine if it's something they do investigate or not. If they come back to me and say, we're not going to investigate this because there's no clear evidence, and that you're just looking at logs and activity monitors, and those are just processes that are running on your computer, that doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that your computer has been compromised, that there's no issue with your computer. Like I said, they have to go ahead and, in order for them to investigate this issue, that for Apple to investigate this issue, we need to have proof or evidence that your computer has been compromised.
But I don't understand. If I send them the screenshots, let me ask you the most important question. I sent screenshots. They took capture data. Based on the screenshots, are they telling me there was no problem? Because if they're thinking there's no problem, they wouldn't be asking me follow-up questions, would they?
Again, that's why we're asking you these questions, to determine if there's really an issue with your computer or not.
No, stop. So the screenshots didn't tell them that there was an issue? It's just the questions would tell them that there's an issue? Nothing else?
Again, like I said, for us to find out if there's an issue, we have to have clear evidence that your computer has been compromised. And by asking you those questions, I'll provide them with more information.
All right. So I take it they don't have clear evidence. That's what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't know what other... If my computer says it has no battery, I don't care if it's a security issue or not. It means I have a big problem.
Again, like I said, you're looking at logs. That battery that you're referring to
Right here.
may not even be the battery of the computer. It could be the battery. There's multiple batteries. There's multiple hardware components on a computer. That line could mean something else than what you're
Right here.
thinking it means. It doesn't say that device that's being pointed at here.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that your computer doesn't have a battery.
What does this speak to?
It could be that it's talking about another device on your computer. Inside your computer, there are thousands of devices. There's thousands of components. This line might be referring to something that's inside your computer that doesn't have a battery. That doesn't mean that your computer doesn't have a battery. Like I said, I feel like you're just going through every single line and trying to point things out that doesn't make sense to you. That's something that we cannot go over this with you, every single line. Again, Apple, we're not going to go over every single lines of logs
That's
and
okay.
activity monitor you're seeing and tells you if there's an issue or not, because not even they know even that. I'm sure even the engineers don't even know what you're referring to, what you're looking at right now. Some of them may, some of them they might not even know. Like, I've been with Apple for 12 years. The line you show me, I don't know what it means, to be honest with you.
You know what?
You could be looking at another component.
Thank you for that. When you say you don't know, I believe you.
Because I don't want to waste your time thinking that there's really something going on. I'm just here to reassure you that from what I'm looking at right now, there's no issue with your computer. And I just feel like you're just looking too deep into this. I've seen people's computer really get compromised, and trust me, it's nothing compared to what you're experiencing right now.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I tell you what. Here's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in these 5 screenshots, and I want to hear from them on it. That's going to go directly to Apple, correct? To engineering.
Yes. Again, I'll go ahead and relay that to engineers, but again, all I know is that I've worked with engineers before, and if there's no evidence that your computer has been compromised, they're not going to investigate this further. Okay?
Listen, they can do whatever it is they feel like doing. I send them what I believe is substantial evidence. They need to come back to me and respond to these screenshots. That's all I need to know. I want to know if they're expected behavior or not. That's all. And when you say there are thousands of components in the Mac that has battery, and it could be any of the components, that's not what the log says. It doesn't say component, it says device. Okay, it doesn't say component, but let's not nitpick. Okay, I completely believe, and I've been told already, that you guys are not trained on the logs, and you guys are not trained on activity monitors and stuff like that. So it has to go to engineering. So I trust you that you'll send it to engineering, and that's all I can do on my part.
All right, I have other questions to ask you.
Shoot.
All right,
Shoot.
let's move on to the next one. All right, so do you believe someone is accessing your personal information?
Absolutely.
If yes, again, what information?
All right. So here's the answer. I do not use this computer because I do not trust the computer. I should use it as one normally would, but because I know it's compromised, I do not. So the number one thing is email. People telling me I'm sitting in front of the computer and they say, look, I just sent it to you, and I'm sitting there for hours and no email come through. People tell me my email has been sent back to them, and I don't know why that is. I'm telling you, yes. The answer is yes. I believe it's been compromised, and specifically because I use it in a very limited way, it is compromised.
Okay, so you believe your email has been compromised where you're just sitting there without receiving emails?
People don't receive what I send them. I don't receive what people send me, and things disappear from my desktop, and my settings are constantly changed. Okay, data is constantly moving in and out of my computer when I turn off Wi-Fi.
Is it data moving in and out without Wi-Fi being enabled?
Correct.
Okay.
Now, it tells me that my computer, I know you don't know logs. It tells me it's an IPC machine, and I've already searched IPC machine. It's a networked computer. IPC, I already searched it. It's a network computer. Okay, I've already, anyways, it doesn't have to be obvious. The hack does not have to be obvious and blatant. It could just be sitting there silently. I'm telling you what's happening. And the Mac is not behaving as it should behave. And I'm not using it as I should use it.
I'm just noting all this, okay?
Yeah, so IPC machine. On Mac.
Again, what did you see IPC machine again? Can you don't go to Google, just go ahead and show me again what do you see that IPC somewhere on your Mac computer?
I just showed it to you. Because it's an IPC machine. And when I turn off Wi-Fi, I'm looking at all the logs, so there'll be no...
Okay, so we're just going back to looking at logs.
Always.
Just go ahead and, like I said, we're not going to... Whatever you have in... Whatever lines you're seeing in console, logs, activity monitor, again, those are not evidence that your computer has been compromised. Let me see here.
And even though it says something like user 282, user 501, user 65, look, user 282. Anyways, look, I'm going to close this. I'm not going to show you any more of these logs because, like you said, you're not trained on it, so that's fine.
Okay. So the next question that I asked was, have you taken steps to secure personal information? Have you changed password? Have you installed any antivirus software, security program, installed a VPN and connected to VPN? Have you taken any steps to secure your personal information?
No, I don't want to download any foreign. I don't want to download any foreign software. But I was speaking to one of Apple's senior advisor previously, and he asked me to download Malwarebytes. Hang on a second. Hold on. And Malwarebytes. So Nick asked me to download Malwarebytes. Malwarebytes showed up twice here in screen time and never showed up in applications. Now we both know that's not expected behavior. Okay, so it showed twice here but never here in applications
Right.
folder.
We're looking at activity monitor or applications. This is in screen time, so it's not.
Listen.
So Malwarebytes wasn't installed, but it still appeared in screen time.
No.
So that's.
Your senior advisor, Nick, before I got a hold of you, Nick said, let's download Malwarebytes to find out what's happening on your computer. And together, we download Malwarebytes. Malwarebytes showed up twice in screen time. You know, I am allowed to look at screen time, right? So it showed up twice in screen time. And then when I look at applications folder, it never showed up in applications folder. Okay? As something that was downloaded. So
Was Malwarebytes installed, or it doesn't look like it was installed?
Yeah, we run it. It looks like it was installed. There should be notes, but here it shows no usage, but it ran, and it never showed up in applications folder.
Okay, I'll go ahead and note that. Again, doesn't mean that your computer has been compromised again.
Right, but it means that a computer, this is not expected behavior, correct or no?
I'll have to have you try installing Malwarebytes. Again, screen time are just restrictions. So you're just restricting Malwarebytes to be allowed to be run on your computer. It might just be a bug where the computer, where you had Malwarebytes installed at one point of time and it was still showing in the screen time. But to me, it doesn't look like Malwarebytes was installed here.
That's right.
But that doesn't mean that your computer has been compromised. It might just be an issue with your computer where it still shows Malwarebytes in your screen time, but it wasn't installed anymore.
All right, so I will take what you just said, that it might be an issue with my computer. Let's just settle on that one. There's an issue with my computer? Great.
That's not security related. With an applications not appearing in screen time and not being installed, and that has nothing to do with your computer being compromised.
I hear what you say, that you don't know about the logs and all that, but you're saying there's no security, but there's a problem with the computer. So I will accept there's a problem with my computer, right? Mm-hmm. Good. So
yes.
Good. There's a problem with the computer. We both agree. Now, one more thing I wanted to show you, just for the heck of it. Where is it? I just saw it. Right. So my install log tells me, it seems that I'm a client on my own computer. It says client entitled for destructive operations.
Okay, we're looking again at logs here.
I know.
Okay,
no,
like
I'm gonna.
I don't want to be looking at logs.
I'm
I wouldn't
ignoring
be
it.
able to tell you what's going on with your logs.
I'm ignoring it.
Let's move on to. Let's go and move on to the next question.
Shoot.
Have you contacted other companies or agencies about this issue?
No, not with this computer. No.
All right. Have you contacted Apple? Have you communicated this information to Apple in any other way besides just calling us? Have you tried reaching out to us by chat, social media, contacted our headquarters, gone on a discussion forum and talk about this?
No, I haven't gone anywhere to talk about it. I have essentially depended on you guys, senior advisors, and previously at the Apple Store, but not recently at the Apple Store.
Okay. All right. And what is your preferred language? English or
English.
English. Okay.
Right. I'm just looking at this education. What is education? I didn't click on anything education. What is education? I didn't click on utilities. Utilities is not open at the bottom. Right? But it told me utilities has been used.
It's just a category. So it's just showing you the app usage based on the category. So apps can be categorized in utilities, education, information and reading, entertainment. So it's just giving you a breakdown of all the categories. All the apps can be categorized into
Okay.
this category.
What's all this gray usage here?
Again, that's just the amount of time, or the average time that you spent on that day.
No, this is
with
today.
apps,
No.
educations.
No, this is today. 5 seconds. It said the education is 5 seconds. It's in blue. 5 seconds. What's the gray?
That's your total screen time average.
On Sunday, there's a lot of gray. Monday, gray. I hear the screen time. I hear the total. Forget about the total. It tells me all of this. Today is 5 seconds, right? And this is today's menu. So it starts at maybe later on today. It's nearly 6 o'clock. So what's this gray usage here? It shows a lot of gray usage, but I only use it for 5 seconds.
Again, education, there's no blue here. This total screen time, that means that's how long your computer screen has been up and running. So this is the amount of time. Looks like your computer was on around, I would say 1 p.m. your time, and the usage, you've been using it throughout the day. That's what it means. That education is nowhere there because you have 5 seconds, too small to even be displayed here on screen time. So here you're looking at the total screen time, so the total screen time that was used during the day or throughout the day.
Wait, this is a total screen time for only education, not all the other.
No. No, again, this is your total. You see what is total screen time average here with that gray square? Education is in blue, so education is too small to even show here. So that's why it's not even there.
Okay, I understand that total screen time. Okay, watch. Let me see if I hear you. If I understand you correctly, what you're saying is, even though it shows here education was used for 5 seconds, the total screen time today that I used it is 4 hours and 51 minutes, right? Today, 4 hours 51 minutes. That's what you're saying, right?
This is an average, so I'm not sure if it's actually an average. It might be an average of the entire week.
No, today.
I'm not sure.
It's an average for today. Today, March 8th. Because every day it gives me an average. Okay, look.
Again,
okay, hold.
I don't know what that total average is for. I just know that it just reports how long your screen time average has been.
Watch.
And I wouldn't be. I think it might be for the entire day. It might be for the entire week.
Look. Blue productivity is in blue. Orange shows an orange. What is gray? I don't understand the gray usage.
Like I said, it's just a matter of just seeing. It's just graphs that you're looking at. Like I said, it has nothing to. I don't think there's a real issue here with your screen time.
No.
And it's just interpretation of what you're seeing in screen time.
I'm not making it up.
So I mean, that's.
I'm looking at an screen time is there for a reason. It tells me usage on the Mac. Great. So I go to Finder, and it tells me I used Finder for 15 minutes today, and it shows in blue. There's blue, 15 minutes. What's the gray?
Again, the gray is the total screen time average.
For Finder only?
No, Finder is in blue. So Finder is in blue.
Yes.
The total is for everything else here.
Okay.
So the combination of everything else.
So let's go through everything.
Okay. All right. So I'm not going to go over every single icon that you're seeing here on screen time.
That's okay.
I'll go ahead and collect that information from you. Again, I'll go ahead and escalate your case. But again, our engineering team will need to get concrete evidence, proof that your computer is compromised, and then we'll go ahead and investigate this further. But I feel like at this time we don't have enough to further investigate this issue.
But you no, listen, I believe you. You're not the one investigating, right? It's engineering that does the investigation, right? Yes?
Yes. But again, I've worked with engineers before,
That's
and
okay.
like I say, if there is no concrete proof or any kind of evidence that there is no security issue here again, then they'll just say that there's no issue, or then we cannot investigate further until then.
Can you tell me why Safari is not in Always Allowed?
I'm sorry, what was that again?
Safari is not in Always Allowed because all the apps on Apple apps should look. I'm going to remove there. See, these are all Apple apps. I have no foreign apps, right?
Again, I don't think I understand your question. So you want to know why Safari is not in Always Allowed?
Yes.
You mean in screen time?
In screen time, Always Allowed. Why is Safari missing?
I think your screen. Let me see here. The screen sharing ended here. Let me go ahead and start up another screen share.
You mean you're not screen sharing right now?
I am. Well, I wasn't earlier. Looks like it froze, and I had to quit it, and then I have to start up a new one. Did you receive the invitation?
Nope.
Let me go ahead and try again.
Oh, wait. My Wi-Fi has been turned off. Hold on.
And yes, Safari, I'm looking at mine again. Safari is not can't be found under Always Allowed. So it looks like that's expected.
So there's no Safari in Always Allowed?
Correct.
Do you know why I ask you that? It's because all your senior advisors have told me Safari should be in Always Allowed. You're the only one who's telling me it shouldn't be. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
Easiest way to find out is just to look at my own computer. And,
Yeah,
and
that's
Safari's
okay.
not there.
We'll
so
ignore
I
it.
think it's.
We'll ignore it. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, that's all I need to get from you.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and notate
Yeah.
these questions here. But again, all engineers, in order for us to, investigate this further, you'll need to attach or include any information or screenshot, screen recording that your computer has been compromised, and
Okay.
then we'll go ahead and move on with our
No.
investigation.
So I want
Okay.
you to remove the phrase "this computer is compromised." Okay? All I want
Okay, that's fine.
all I want is for them to look at the screenshots and tell me if that's expected behavior or not. That's it, because you already said there's a problem on the computer. The device itself doesn't mean it's compromised. We're not going to talk about compromised. We're going to talk about problems on the computer. You've already acknowledged that there's problems on the computer. So, given that, I want them to look at the screenshots and tell me if that's expected behavior or not.
Again, which screenshots do you want us to look? We're not going to look at your logs. We're not going to look at the activity monitors. Again, those are not issues with the computer.
I want them to look at this one. There's no battery on this. This device has no internal battery.
Again, this is just a log file again regarding the battery of the component that's running on your computer.
Well, I sent 5. Okay, look, I sent 5. Are you telling me they're not going to look at either of the 5? Any of the 5?
Again, all I know is that Apple support and Apple Care in general, we do not go over logs, or we do not go over every single line in Activity Monitor to explain to you what should be expected or what's running.
And I understand that, and I know that. I know that you guys are not trained on it. However, it's not going to you, it's going to engineering, right?
Again, I'll go ahead and ask that questions, but again, I'm afraid that they may not be able to answer you.
That's okay.
Okay?
That's fine. I accept that. I accept that you're not able to answer the question, but if you can pass it along to them, that's all I want. All I need to know is it expected behavior or not. That's it.
Okay. All right. All right, so again, that's all the information that I'll go ahead and need to collect from you,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll reach out to you, within 24 to 48 hours, and I'll let you know again about what our engineering team has to say about. What's a good telephone number for me to call you back?
647. And listen, before you go, send me an email so I know I can reach out to you.
Again, that was 647-915-7422.
You got it.
All right, so I'll send you an email to see what our engineering says, and I'm going to follow up with you again.
Hold on, no,
Okay.
don't go away. Can you see my screen?
No, I'm not looking at your screen.
Again, you cannot see my screen?
Let me double check here.
Because my...
Nope. The screen share, I don't think the screen share ever completed last time, so I'm not looking at your screen.
You're not looking at my screen. Huh. Okay.
All right.
No, I want you to look at my screen. Let's try it one more time.
What did you want me to look at again?
Well, you know what, don't bother. It's okay. I
Okay.
just wanted you to send me an email so I know I have your email, because my email is not loading right now. Yep.
Did you check and make sure that your internet connection was up again?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Finally, okay. All I need for you to do is send me an email so I know I can correspond with you.
Let me go ahead and send you an email here.
Okay? Huh. Let me know when you've sent it.
Okay. It's a MacBook Air that you have, right?
I do. Yeah, that's the one. Two 43896. 43896.
All right, did you receive the email?
Not yet. No. Which email did you send it to?
Let's see here.
It should be to...
0.
No, don't send it to that one. Send it to sita.toronto@gmail.com.
Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and compose it again.
All right. I got it. Oliver. Okay, Oliver, you didn't send me your time, like when you work, what days you're on or what days you're off.
My schedule, so I'm actually just coming back from work, so yeah, my schedule is changing soon, but like I said, just go ahead and reply to the email. I'll get to you no matter what. Okay?
All right, so I just responded. All right, good stuff. So I have it here. 1 second. I'm gonna sign out. All right. So how long did you say? Within 24,
It should
40?
take about 24 to 48 hours.
Perfect. Okay, and I specifically want them to respond to that the device has no battery, right?
I'll go and ask that. But again, if I'll go and provide you what the answers are, because like I said, I'm afraid they might just say that we just simply can't go over exactly what's going on with that message or that line you saw on console, because we technically AppleCare we do not go over console logs with customers. I mean, that might be the answers they provide me.
Whatever it is, as long as I sent it to them, and that is what I want them to speak to, okay?
Because I've had, like I said, I'm telling you, I've had customers wanting us to go over lines of logs and activity monitor, and that's usually the answer that we provide them, is that those are just used for diagnostics. Again, there's nothing wrong, but again, we do not go over logs of
I get
logs
that.
and lines.
I understand. I understand that you guys, senior advisors, do not go over logs. I understand that geniuses do not go over logs. There's a lot of other things they don't do either. However, engineerings do go over logs. That's why I sent it to engineering, right? Anyways, let me know what happens, okay?
I will. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you again for calling.
Really
Bye-bye.
appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.